round 2, game 1? What is going on here? What is this? What am I looking at, chat? VLC kind of shitting the bed here. Oh, you can hear my puppy now, can't you? Yes, the keyword is used to. Not keywords, keywords. But yes, they used to run main blasts. But now that expressive iteration and Delver is less prominent, no longer need to. Okay, yeah, so confirmed, he is still running Venerated Rot Priest. Zelda time? Hey, I can't fault you for that. Have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know how it is. Oh, I completely forgot to post. Wait, did I? I didn't. Okay. So this is two people we are very familiar with. Jeffery versus Fernando. Infect versus Helm combo. Helm control, I should say. Oh no, that's so much glare. Oh my god, we can't see anything. So I think that's a Savannah. So he is bent. He's bent with no Teferis. Okay. I am not a fan of this. But there is a Become Immense. So there's Venerated Rot Priest. A lot of glare. I think there's an Invigorate in the hand somewhere. Swamp into Dark Ritual. Him to Torok. So we hit Wasteland and Savannah. I'm pretty sure that's a Savannah. So we play another Dark Ritual off of the last floating black mana into a 4-drop. Karn? Is it Karn into Ensnaring Bridge? Makes more sense. This makes way more sense. Okay, yeah. Fan of this play. Although it might have been. So if he has 3 mana, it goes to grab. There's no way for him to have next turn. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that he had to double ritual this turn and not be able to play the card that he grabbed. So this is attacking Karn, I assume. I wonder what's in the rest of Jeffrey's sideboard. Actually, did he send me I think he sent me a list. Oh yes, he did. We can look at the list afterwards. Yes, Fernando did have Become Immense, and I think he still does have Become Immense. It's just one of the glared cards. Also, how's it going? I hope Big Dinner was good. Um, no, because it was turn 2. I think it was Fernando's turn 2, because turn 1 he Raw Priest. Jeffrey's turn 2 he played the Karn into everything, and he didn't have many cards in his graveyard yet. But I think he's doing it now. And there's another Invigorate. Yep, so just hit it now. Another thing is like because he has the Rot Priest, it's not true Infect, right? It's toxic. So he needed to play because he didn't have an Infect creature. He had to play the Ink Moth Nexus and it had Summoning Sickness. It's fixed poison. Does it stack like poison does? If you have Toxic 1 and Toxic and give something Toxic 2, does he get 3 poison counters? I think it stacks like poison used to, right? Oh no, it's just constantly jumping here. So I think that means it is a fixed mechanic, right? Because it can give you the variability of different poison counters through the X, the toxic X. And but it's not as busted as poison. No, Infect. It's not as broken as Infect. But it does stack like poison. So confusing. I don't know why they couldn't they have just brought back Poisonous and given Poisonous a number? Just assume that if it just says Poisonous, it's Poisonous 1. But if it's like Poisonous 2, it gives 2 counters. Couldn't they have just done that? Instead of creating an entirely new keyword? Jeffrey on a Malta 5. Goes Swamp Thoughtseize. Show me your combo. So you have Tropical, Pendlehaven, Windswept Teeth, and Sylvan Library. Wow, he takes Sylvan Library. Come on, guys. Tighten up the hands there. So he leaves them with 3 Infect creatures. So that means he has to have like a Deluge or something, right? But there's no way Fernando plays them all at once. That's very strange to me. I don't know why you would favor the Sylvan Library over the 3 Infect creatures. Especially on a Malta 5. He has to have some way of dealing with like the majority of them. Down comes Glistener Elf. Obviously. There's a Wasteland, so that takes care of Inkmoth Nexus if he needs to. I wonder if he's carrying the Fatal Push. So plays Trop, plays Blighted Agent. Okay, I guess I'm very wrong here. This is very very weird. So Sudden Edict sack the attacking Glistener Elf. Passes the turn, no land. Man, this glare is a little bit unfortunate. So it's a forest at a tropical island that Fernando has. I suspect that he plays Pendlehaven first. Play Noble Hierarch. Okay, so that's a count buff spell, double buff. Yep. So swinging for 3 poison because of the Noble Hierarch trigger. That was really strange. Him to Troc. Let's hit some lands, baby. Okay. So now the Wasteland is a little bit more useless. So Fernando has the Force of Will. Keeps. Wow, double force. That's big. So now Fernando can just chip away instead of going for a big play. This is strange. You see that he hit the Inkmoth Nexus? I think I would have just taken out the Pendelhaven. Unless he needs the third mana for something. But it's very hard because he's like dead in 2 turns. Karn would be way too slow here. Dark Ritual? Okay. And now that he's like dedicating resources, I think Fernando's Force of Will just becomes super valuable. But no reason to cast the Force of Will. You might as well save it for a kill spell against the Mono Black deck. Like there has to be some number of like Fatal Push. Him. Another him. And there's a card in his hand. Yep, so he discards him down to 0 cards. Wasteland the Pendelhaven. So Jeffery just opting not to play card anymore. I think that was a misplay. Cause him wastelanding the Pendelhaven doesn't change the clock, right? It's still 2 turns. Still requires him to attack a second time. So there's no difference between 8 and 9 in that situation. So yeah. I think that was Fernando in 2. I think they're just deboarding.